Hi, this is Bev at Creating with Bev, and I'm here today to do a hopefully short tutorial on covering paper clips in 3 different sizes. So I think they're a lot of fun. They're easy. You can use them in your journals. You can use them just on your desk as a cute way to attach papers. You can give them as gifts. They're just real sweet and they're fairly easy to make too. I have the measurements for all 3 sizes, and that should help a lot. You won't even have to worry about measuring if you have these same paper clips, and I'll give you the measurements for those too. I also use paper, scrapbook paper on mine. You can use cardstock and not too heavy, but cardstock works really well. You don't really want to use regular printer paper. It works, but it's very thin and you can actually see the outline of your paper clip after you glue it. And I just don't really like that effect too much. Let me show you one that I do with regular paper. See, it's pretty and I like the pretty paper, but you can see the outline of the paper clip in there. And I just didn't like that part. So I'm using scrapbook paper. This is a great way to use up your one-sided pretty paper packs, your 6x6 or your 12x12s, because you don't see the inside, so you don't have to worry about even decorating it. It's just a good way to use up those scrapbook paper books that you have. So let's get started. I will show you the various measurements. The first one is the smallest one, and it is your normal everyday little paper clip that we've all used most of our lives. It is about, let's see, it's about 1 inch long and just around 1/4 of an inch wide, but it's just your standard small paper clip. And that's what I used to make this first size, and I'll clip it on there so you can see. When you finish these, you can add eyelets, or you can add sari silk or seam binding or cord or something on the edge if you want. You can just punch a hole in it. You don't need an eyelet setter if you just want to punch a hole. All kinds of little ways you can decorate it. I decorated my big one with an eyelet, and I put a bulb chain in it. I thought that was kind of cute. So just all kinds of ideas. So the first one with the small paper clip, you're going to cut your scrapbook paper into 1.5 inches wide. So your width of your paper, if you're using a directional paper, the 1.5 inches would be from side to side. And then you want one piece 2 inches high and one piece 1.5 inches high. So this I've already cut. It's 1.5 inches wide by 2 inches high, and its partner is 1.5 inches wide by 1.5 inches wide. So those are the 2 pieces for the small paper clip. And the next thing that you're going to want to do is to cut notches in each piece, and I'll show you what I mean. I've already measured for my notch and made I drew a line, and in this case you're going to go 3 inches down for your small paper clip. So 3 inches from the top of your paper down to the notch. 3/8 of an inch from the top of your paper down to your notch. So that's 3/8 of an inch cutout you're going to do just to the fold. And I will show you. And this does not have to be exact. If it's crooked, it's okay. You're never going to see this cut, but you do want to have the cut on the fold because you kind of will see that. So just cut at the fold and cut that notch out. And that's what you're going to end up with. And it's okay if it's a little wonky. You're not going to see the inside. So I'm going to cut this one out on its partner, just right up to the fold, and then down the fold to cut the notch out. I need to cut, you can see where I didn't quite get the entire fold. You do want to get that fold off because you would see that. And I'll show you what I mean. When you fold it back down, if you don't get the entire fold out, you would see that little piece there. So you want it to cut on the fold and then 3/8 of an inch down for the small one. Get this out of the way. Then the next thing, I like to corner my edges. These small ones are kind of hard to corner. So if you do it before you glue them down, it makes it easier. And I'm just going to round off the corners with my medium one, I think. So I'll go ahead and do that. This is not necessary. I just like the finished look of a rounded corner. And I'm going to get the top, if I can, that piece. I'm not sure I can get into that little one, but I'm going to try. Yeah, I can. Whoops. Nope, that actually cut off too much. So we won't want to do that again, will we? I'm just going to fix it by... So don't necessarily want to do that part, you guys. But you can round off your corner like so. Okay? And then let's round off this one, see if I can do this one right. I'm going to come in there. See if I can get into that one without cutting off too much. Yep. I don't know what I did the first time, but that's okay. And then the front. And that. And you come in here, fold it, and get that one. And like I said, you don't have to round the corners. I just like the way the rounded looks. So you've got your two pieces. I didn't get that one yet. Let's get that one done. All right. Now the next thing you're going to do is, and I'm going to do this 2 more times, so don't worry if you're a little bit lost at this point. I'm going to do this twice more. So now I'm going to glue the small half, not the big half, the small half. I'm going to glue it down the outside edge and into the bottom and up that corner. And I like to use my precision tip so I don't get too large of a stream of glue. Just be careful, you don't want to close it all the way up. So just kind of get into the edge and around the bottom. And then glue that down. And the same on this one. On the small side, you're going to come down the small side edge just with a very small bead. And then around the bottom of that one and close that down. And that's basically getting the 2 sides ready. Now at this point, if you want ink, you can ink. You can ink when you're finished too, if you like to ink. I love to ink, so I'll do it when I'm done. Now get your paper clip, and the largest end is going to go into the largest piece. So the largest end of my paper clip is going to drop down into the largest side, and the smallest end is going to just, I gotta hold that, I didn't hold it shut long enough. Gotta hold it shut and let it glue, let it stick. And then you're going to take this side, and now it's got that little pocket, and you're just going to bring that up over. If you can see, I'm bringing it up over that paper clip, holding it down and matching the tops. And I've got my hidden paper clip. And I'm just going to glue this top part shut, and that's what's going to hold it all together. You don't have to worry how you glue this. It's not going to be seen, but you do want to glue it shut. Hold that shut. I'm going to ink it with some vintage photo. Finish it up. All your edges. Only if you like to ink. I just like to ink. So that one is done. You know, you could decorate it if you want. I've got some little tag things here I could use. Let's see what this is. I could put this little flower on it. I'll cut the stem off because it's a little big. But, and again, this is just personal preference. I'm a layer person. I like to layer. I like to collage a lot. If you watch me, you know that. So I very seldom leave anything undecorated. But again, that's all up to you. Boy, my glitter glue just stops up so quickly in this bottle. Yeah, I'm going to have to pull out my other glue. Something or we'll be here all day gluing. Can't be here all day gluing. I'm just going to put that on my paper clip just to finish it off and make it pretty. And if you want to add an eyelet there, you can, or you might just want to leave it the way it is because it is so small. So that's the first one, and that one's done. Now the middle size one, which used to be the largest paper clip I used because I hadn't found these big ones yet. So this paper clip is about 2 inches, 2 inches long, and right under a 1/2 inch wide. So the cut for this paper clip cover is going to be, I'm going to take that off and put this one on. That's what it looks like. Well, I'm going to come in sideways. So the cut for the medium, this one is going to be a 3-inch wide and a 3-inch tall, and a 3-inch wide and a 2.5 inch tall. And I'll bring this back up so you can take pictures of it afterwards if you like. The medium is going to be 3 inches wide on both pieces, one piece 3-inch tall and one piece 2.5 inches tall. And I have those cut right here. So they're both 3 inches wide, and this one is 3 inches tall, and this one is 2.5 inches tall. Now on the medium size, you're going to cut out a 3/4 inch notch, just a little bit bigger than the small one. So you're going to cut out a 3/4 inch notch on the medium one. And I've already got those marked. So I'm going to just slice into that all the way up to the fold, right up to the fold, and then cut into the fold, and it's off. And the same with this one, 3/4 of an inch. I'm going to cut into the fold, and then I'm going to cut that little notch out. Like so. Okay, didn't quite get that. I'm not really good at precise cutting, but when I get it folded, I can see my little bit. There we go. Okay, and that one. And I think those are going to be good. All right, now you can round your corners again if you like. I'm going to go ahead and do it again because I do like. So round that one. These ones, this is easier to cut the corners than the littlest one. The bigger the paper, the easier the corner rounder works. It does not like little pieces of paper at all. I always double check myself underneath to make sure I'm up in the corner because it's easy not to get in the corner. All right, got my edges done, and I'm going to go ahead and ink it now. And again, I'm using Vintage Photo. I have all kinds of colors, but this is what's on my desk, so we're going to use it today. So I hope everybody's having a good day. I was asked to put together this tutorial, so I thought, let's just get it done today. Let's just get it done. Let me get this out of the way. All my scraps. Okay, so I've got these two pieces. They're cut 3 by 3 and 3 by 2.5. They're folded in half, both folded in half. And then the notches are cut 3/4 of an inch down and all the way into the fold. 3/4 of an inch down and all the way into the fold. And then you've got your two paperclip halves. And now I'm going to glue again, just like the last time. On the short side, I'm gluing down the outside edge and down the bottom, up that little curve. And my glue's kind of globby today. I don't know, maybe it's the weather. It's very humid here in South Carolina. And I think that affects the glue. I haven't turned my air on yet this year. And come down the short side and across the bottom and up that little curve. No need to go into the side. It's fold. It's not going to go anywhere. Okay, so those are glued down nicely. And this is my paperclip size that I'm using for this one. So I'm going to take the largest piece, the largest side of the paperclip, and bring it into the largest side of the cover. And then I'm going to take the smaller side of the cover and bring it right into that pocket I don't know if you can see that, but I kind of just pull it up into that pocket and then hold the paper clip with my finger as I pull it up, because you want that paper clip to stay down inside both sides. All right, it's in there nicely. Match up my edges and glue it shut. We've got the medium-sized one done. I'm going to do it one more time with the big one. And of course, you want to hold your glue, make sure it's set good, make sure the sides are set good and the bottom. And, poke a hole in that, put a little bit of sari silk or seam binding. Let me see what I've got close by. That kind of goes. I could use that. I could take just a little piece and I could glue it on, or I could poke a hole and thread it through. But you can do that to decorate anything you want. And of course, I have to layer a little bit. What have I got here to layer with? Let's see, I got this little stamp. That's cute, a little fairy on it. And what else? What else do I have? Doesn't want me to pick it up. Okay, I'm going to cut this out because it's a little big. I'm going to cut around the square. This is a stamp, or a sticker, I should say. I think it feels like a sticker anyway. I'll try to take it apart and we'll find out. I'm going to ink it a little bit because I like to ink. And I got this little piece here that just has some words on it. I can layer with it. And I think I'll layer that down towards the bottom just to cut off some of the straight lines. See if this is in fact a sticker. Gosh, I've got so much glue on my fingers. I'm sorry, you guys. I think it's a sticker. Yeah, it is. All right, so I'm going to put that down here. She's pretty. Right about there. And then I'm going to just glue this down in the corner to break up some of the straight lines. When I do my collaging, I like to break up the straight lines, so to speak, if that makes sense. Bring it over to the side, and you can see I just kind of broke up all the straight lines. You can see I do that on my labels. When I decorate my labels, I'll put several tags, but I want to kind of collage it. So let's see another one. Well, these all need decorating. Looks like I'll be busy decorating labels here pretty soon. I don't even have another one. Yeah, I do. This one. See, I put 3 pieces of decoration on that, but I kind of layered them just to break it up. Anyway, to get sidetracked. So this one's ready. So now I've got my small one and my medium. Let's do one more, and the last one is going to be the giant one. And it turns out to be this big. I'll come down here and show you how it works. And to do it, I'm going to cut my pieces 4 inches wide, and one piece 5-inch high, and one piece 4.5-inch high, and it's going to have a 1-inch notch. So 4 by 5, 4 by 4.5, and then I'll cut out 1 inch of a notch. And let me show you. So this one's 4 by 5, this one's 4 by 4.5. I've already marked 1 inch down and all the way into the center. So I'll cut that out. Like I said, you guys, this doesn't have to be perfectly straight because you're not going to see the inside of your paper clip. You do want to get it right up the fold though, if you can. And the same on this. And I do like to cut in my notch the same side of the paper, if you know what I mean, so that my folds are on the same side. It's not essential, and it won't even probably show once you get it all glued in, but it's just something I like to do. So cut in my 1 inch notch and cut it out on the fold. Didn't quite get that one. Let me get the rest of that off. Well, there we go. Okay, and now I'm going to round my corners again. I can use my big corner rounder on this one, my biggest side. I like rounded corners. 1, 2, 3. Guess I don't have to count out loud, do I? Get this one. Okay. My mess out of the way. All right, now I'm going to glue these down to make my pockets. The short side all the way around and up that curve. Just a nice thin bead. Don't have to be quite so careful with the thinness of it on the bigger jumbo because you have plenty of room. Fold that down. Get a nice stick. Always get a nice stick so your stuff doesn't fall apart. You don't want to give a gift and then have it fall apart on somebody. So get a good solid stick. And I'm going to do my inking. Really need to ink the inside. You won't see that. I don't know why I did that. I'm going to go around all the edges. Ink it good. Okay, close that up. Now I've got both of my sides finished. And I'll take my giant paper clip, and the biggest side goes into the big end of the cover, like so. Slide it down. Make sure your sides are glued in good. Hold them down. If you didn't hold them down enough, hold them down. I didn't hold that bottom down enough. Let me pinch it off again. And there you go. Okay, and then take your smaller side and bring it up. Hold this down with your finger and join the tops. Okay. Everything looks glued down nice. I'm going to glue this top down and we'll have our third done. So go back and replay this if you need to, as many times as you need to. Once you get it though, you're going to have it for life. Get your measurements and just mass make these babies. You know, you can do them and just have them ready for different colors for different projects. I'll definitely be putting an eyelid on this one. And let's decorate it up a little bit as we can. Let's see what I've got over here. Got that. Got that little postcard. Let's see. Could keep it with postage kind of and make it like that. I think I'll cut this off just a little bit and we'll do this. Of course, this isn't part of making the paper clip, but it's part of it for me. This is part of the fun for me. And this is a stamp again, or a sticker. Why do I say stamp? And this will just add a little bit of color. That's cardboard. So that's going to go down, I think, first. Or maybe, yeah, I think that'll go down first. That'll go down second. And then this will top it off. I think that's what I like. Let's put this down. And then I'll put the directions or the measurements up one more time for you. And you can take a snapshot of it or write it down. This, I think, is a sticker. Always a challenge for me, you guys, to get these stickers apart. There we go. So I'm going to have that down first. I'm going to layer this on top of the stamp off to the side. And then I'm going to put this down at the bottom. I love all these little papers and things. I'm just going to bring this off to the side at a different angle. And that one's all decorated up nice. All right, let's get them all together and see what we ended up with. And this one. So we got our two smallest ones. This one's even smaller than the first one, but I found that that cut is a better cut. So that's what I'm giving you with the small one. The 1.5 inch width, one 2 inches high, and one 1.5 inches high. And that one gets a 3/8 inch notch on one half. And then we've got the medium ones. And these are two different sizes too, but this size is the one I gave you. I think it's the best one. This has a lot of extra down here, but I wanted to show you the different prints. So we've got that one. The size for that are 3 inches wide, inches high, and 2.5 inches high. And the notch on that is 3/4 of an inch. And then the giant one is, they're both 4 inches wide. One is 5 inches high, and one is 4.5 inches high. And the notch on those is 1 inch deep. So yeah, I'll just hold that for a second. And they end up to look like this, but they're all really, really, really pretty. And they all function just fine on your book pages or in a book as a bookmark or on your desk as a paperclip. And I think they're cute. So I hope you enjoyed that. I hope I didn't keep you too long, but get your scrapbook papers out and find some paper clips in the bottom of the drawer. I know you have some sticking in the bottom of the drawer somewhere. So just pull them out. I got these big ones at Hobby Lobby. I understand some people have them in their dollar stores or Dollar Trees. Mine didn't have them, but I did get them at Hobby Lobby. I'm sure you can get them all over the place, but they're really cool. I like this big giant paper clip. And of course, most all of us have these little, this little size and the little teeny tiny one that we've used. Oops, sorry about that. That we've used all our lives, these little ones. So grab the size that you have and cut it to the measurement that I provided. Decorate it up if you want and just have fun with it. Thanks, everybody. I hope you enjoyed this. And if you did, if you'll give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my page if you like my tutorials. Thanks again. I'll see you soon. Bye now.